Greetings, everyone. Good time zone to you, and happy Friday for those of you watching live outside of, I guess, New Zealand or whatever. And for those of you on YouTube, happy whatever day it is for you out there. We've made it to the end of a pretty rough week. We're going to try and curve out of it here. Not going to worry about the results of the last few days as a function of how we're going to do today. We're just going to, like a good shooter in basketball in a slump, you got to shoot your way out of it, right? So we're going to play our way out of our slump here, or try. And also recognize the slump could continue. Magic is magic. We could 0-3 today. And the question is, what are we going to learn and how are we going to handle ourselves if that happens? Of course, there's a different consequence for offering later today, but we'll save on that one till we get there. Yeah, we've been, so we have been struggling a bit. We're going to try and pull it out here. Haven't been forcing, well, we have never been forcing cycling, but my usual approach to cycling was just to look out for its openness and move if it's there, has largely produced not cycling decks of late. There's been some regrets. I've had some drafts where we wish we had been in cycling because it was clearly open, but largely, I mean, this is the human draft thing, fixing things. You can't be in cycling every time, because even if it supports 2 people at the table, that only means you should be in it a quarter of the time on average, right? So anyway, we're gonna see where this drives us to, and if you are looking for anything for your paper game, I want to drive you to cardkingdom.com, and you can check them out via my panels down below. That gets you there from here, lets them know you got there from here, and that you're a limited well, you are a limited resources fan, I'm sure, but also a Going Optimal fan, and that is going to help out my stream a lot. They've been supporting me for, gosh, it's well over a year now, right? I've lost all sense of time here in in coronavirus quarantine land, but I really appreciate everything they've done to help with my stream, and I really think you should check them out when you need physical Magic stuff. You're of course going to shop around. There's a lot of people out there who are going to try and win your business in this area. I just want you to keep them on your list and make sure you give them a chance to win your business, because I think if you do, I think they will. They've certainly won mine, and I want to thank them again. Thanks, Card Kingdom. Now, where is this going to take us today? All right, draft view, companion. Well, we're just gonna get Zerda, although we lost to a companion Zerda yesterday, right? Or this week. I'd never seen a companioned Zerda before. And you know, it was really good because it was an extra card. They had a free 3/3 for 3 that did stuff. Hey, there's a mythic. What do you say we try this? So we can go with the sweet build-around mythic or the boring Valiant Rescuer. Obviously, we're gonna go with the sweet build-around mythic, but you don't even really need to build around it as much as play non-humans. So much white. How much of it is good, though? Rescuer is good. Marshall is fine in the right deck. Volpkeep, fine in the right deck. And then 2 that I'm not too keen on. Let's see what I did there. Yeah, it's a build around, I guess, but you don't want it here, right? That's what I'm saying. All right, let's just take the mythic and see if we do some Teamer Mutate here. Well, here's a rare land that might help with Teamer Mutate, but here's a real assistant to the old Teamer Mutate, Baby Godzilla. Is there anything else pushing us away from that? Not even really at all, right? That's just clearly the pick. I think if this were a random cycling pick, this might be the pick. Might just be the best card in the pack. A rare Cycler, Thundermane, Not the strongest cycling signal, but it is somewhat signally. We could go for a Bonder as a blue card, but it's hard to cast and it's a human, so you can't mutate onto this. There's nothing really good here. I think we do pick the Thundermane in case... No, see, this is what I mean. Like, if you think the right pick where we're at is Tigerilla, then the correct pick is either Startling Development or Thundermane. Because this is not good enough to ignore a hedge towards a more powerful archetype if the table forces us. If we get a Snare Tactician after this, I'm going to take it, right? But I hope we're not playing this. I'd rather do the Symbiote Apex thing, but it's got to be Thundermane there in terms of staying open to what the table is suggesting that you do. Here's an ultimatum, but really, this wants an Essence Scatter or a Symbiote, or you take the Memory Leak to support Thundermane. But I think I'm going to put Thundermane in the board here. We'll remember we have it if the table does scream at us to be cycling. But I think the question here is Essence Scatter or Symbiote. And I think if we're trying to really build towards the Apex, we should Symbiote. I think Essence Scatter is a better card in a vacuum, but given how we've started, we should lean in. Looks like chat heavily agrees. Thank you, Magic John. Appreciate that sub. Another baby Godzilla. Yes, please. Of One Mind is something of interest, but now we got nice, clear baseline set here. And now a Brushwag. The crystal is somewhat interesting, but Brushwag is right on theme here. Mole is at least... we can at least mutate upon a mole. I don't like mutating onto good creatures, though. Ideally, we want to mutate on things that either trigger enough value. Although, you know, with Polywogs, you're kind of happy if you can ditch a card, a land or whatever. But yeah, Ambush is the other choice, right? It's really, or, you know, you take Impulse. We could try to find our Apex, but I kind of pick up impulses as they fall in our laps. I don't really pursue them. So yeah, let's take the Ambush here. It is definitely playable in this type of deck, especially if you're low on interaction. You may, I've never been able to play a Bonder's Enclave because it's never been the right combination of playable with our fixing and actually going to have power 4 or greater. But this might be the deck for it if we can get good fixing. I don't want to run this if we don't have good fixing. Cycle Serpent, also totally reasonable. We are looking at a little bit of red here. But this isn't important to our deck. I'm going to take the Enclave and maybe we give it a try. Lynx is pretty perfect. Again, it's somewhat, you know, it has an ETB, so if you mutate onto it, you've lost a 2/2, but you did get some effect out of it. But at this point in the curve, this is what we want. I'm hoping we get a Wilt at some point, Jikerman, but not over good plus mutatable 2 and 3 drops here. Yeah, we want Great Horns and Farfinders, right? And we'll take lead. Here's another Frostveil Ambush. We could take Survival's Bond. Here's that Tigerilla. But I want removal, but if we don't end up there, I think lead setting us up to... Yeah, I mean, depending... There's a lot of ways you can frame it, Jinx, but the bottom line is... for the most part, the power and toughness of the thing you mutate upon is lost, and therefore the more power and toughness you're mutating upon, the more you're losing. Well, take a rare for gems and possible cycling. I mean, we could take Anticipate. I guess I'll take an Anticipate to be grown up, and because our account really doesn't care about the rare thing. But if you are a gem hound, if you run out of gems, you definitely want to take a rare that last pick. We don't need to be worried too much about that on this account, but for the gem conscious, you don't pass rares like that. at that point in a pack, you know. I don't think we're ever playing Sleeper Dart. I don't think you don't get it, James. I think it's a medium card. For one thing, it doesn't draw the cards, so you don't trigger the card draw triggers. But also, it's just, wow. Taking that just to play a 4/5. There are worlds in which you companion this, but we don't have to. Certainly taking it for a 4/5 flyer for 5, though. Now, we don't want a third symbiote over a nice finisher. Right now, I'd consider it, although this is the problem with playing 60 is that you put yourself farther away from your bombs. So I don't know if we want to do that or not. It gives you an 8th card, though. So maybe. We'll see. Parcel Beast is where I kind of want to be here. I love this ram through. I love this boon. But Parcel Beast is Xaxes. This is pretty darn bomby if you're doing the thing. I mean, we love the Starix. This is a steroid Starix. Anyway, Parcel Beast for me. Brushwag gets low on the mutate train. We can take a Triome to help support splashing in this kind of deck. I wish this were a blue-green Triome, but it's not. Another Lynx, but seems like this will probably wheel. So will the Wag. I think we kind of just want Lynx and Wag out of this pack, or possibly even the Sandworm. We could Sandworm it here. We don't have one of these yet, and we probably wheel one of these too. I think I'm going to take Sandworm, looking to wheel one of those other 2 mutate targets, because we're actually doing all right. We have a Brushwag and 2 Poliwag symbiotes and an Essence symbiote and a Frostlynx already, so we are setting up to mutate upon pretty well. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, also, Apex could just randomly find us a Sandworm. That'd be nice. Here we go. This is the Triome I'm talking about. I think we take it here over Migration Path. Might even wheel the Migration Path. But this is exactly the Triome we're looking for. I'm going to take it. And here's the ultimatum we could cast. Draw 5. Play some of them for free. Let's do it. That'll be fun. We could do Harvester on the splash, but I'm going to do Genesis Ultimatum. We got a Triome for it. We just need to pick up some like Fertilids. Oh my god, I want this ram through, but look, it's perfect. We really want a Farfinder. We really want a Fertilid. Oh boy. I think we take Farfinder, especially if we're trying to do the Genesis. And yeah, the Evolving Wilds is good too, but it's not even close. Farfinder is exactly what we want. Yeah, this would be a nice take it all. I'm going to pass that ram through with a heavy heart and take the perfect mutate target for us. Humble Naturalist is interesting. It does ramp to our stuff. I was getting pretty tilty about this card yesterday because I forget who. Someone was calling it outright bad, and I was defending it as just very swingy. You get this on 2, and it does really good things. You get this on turn 12, and you hate it, right? That's just where it's at. Yeah, you can't mutate onto it. That's right. But I'm still gonna. I'm gonna take it because we may even like if we play a lead, that would actually be interesting and good here. I think I like heading towards possibly playing this lead, the Stampede. I'm gonna take a really boring Flycatcher here. Yeah, we do need to get we only have it's being pointed out, right now we're not really a mutate deck. We are set up to mutate if we find the pieces, But we really do need to prioritize actual mutation at this point, or we're not even doing the thing. I feel like we've got all the setup, but none of the payoff. We have Parcel Beast. We have Parcel Beast and Apex, but you're not wrong, Fluffy, that we need to prioritize Mutate too. Take this, and maybe that does help a black splash if we want to make it. Right now, it's not going to make the cut, but it could. Here's the... I was saying we get one of these back. We got the Brushwag back. Survivor's Bond. We'll do a human check later and see. Don't want that destruction or that land. Spinnerets is arguably playable, and I try not to, though. Yeah, it's not like we have failed to it's not like we keep passing awesome mutators in our colors, right? We've basically taken them. So let's see if we get the hook up here. Come on, variants, help us out with at least the tools we need to make our deck work. This qualifies. That's what we're looking for. That says mutate on it. Here's a Flourishing Fox for the cycling player at the table. Sad to pass a Fire Prophecy. I would like some removal here. We really don't have any, so looking for ram throughs too. But Starix, clearly where we're at. Great Horn is excellent. Probably need this over the Heron. I like that this mutates on 3, and we do have the 2s to do it. And this is a great mutate 3, because I will mutate 3. I will mutate 3 this on anything, because 3 mana, ramp, fix, and probably give like a +1/+2 aura on something is great. So this is exactly what we're looking for. Yeah, shame to pass up the flyer. Maybe it wheels, but I don't even care. Like, I'm so happy to get a Great Horn. It's exactly what we're looking for. Vulpikeet is a mutator, but it's in white. We're not really doing that. We can take another Brushwag. That's the other thing, though, is there's not much to take here. We can take Go for Blood and cycle it, or use it as removal. I think it's the best pick here. I like it better than the Vulpikeet or another Wag. All right, a ram through is calling my name here. There is a Cavern Whisperer that has mutate on it, but it's black, and we do need some removal. So let's take the ram through and cross our fingers to get a little more mutate here. I think we've coming up a little dry on the mutate. All right, well, this is a weird alternate way to go with it. I guess the Magic Gods really want us to play this card, because we have pack 1, pick 1. We've seen this pack 1, pick 1 like 2 days in a row, and now it shows up in pack 3 when we're actually in the right colors for it. Hey, medium, thank you. Gust is okay, but this is actually, as a mana sink, pretty incredible. I know 7 is a lot, but if you get into a mid-late game situation where you have the mana, this is must kill or you win the game. So I'm going to take it, and we're going to try and do that. Porcuparrot swooping in. I want this Thornwood Falls badly, but not over a Porcuparrot. Swaggy69 says, you have good hair. What's your secret? Never going 07. I think we need a Cliffs here. I want Of One Mind, but Cliffs more important, I think. Another Terran. I don't think we're playing a second one, but I'll grab it here. I don't think we're playing anything black, so we don't need the backwater. You want the Nipper? We're just not playing the Nipper, though, Mike. I'm not running a black 2-drop in this deck. Not running any of these either, though. Take Colossification. We could take Fumes to cycle it and be able to cast it on the splash. The Flash 2/2 might be the best card there, but we just weren't going to play it. I will play Migration Path, though. Not playing Colossification, though, either. Yeah, or a Ram Through. I suppose that is the dream, but I'd rather be a little bit more boring. Survivor's Bond. I don't think we're playing that, but here we go. Great land pickup. The very end here. Was not expecting this to wheel. We could also take the crystal, but now let's just take the land. It's great. Oh my gosh, this land comes back. Woohoo! And even a playable mammoth. Nice. 60 on the grind. Let me make a note of that before I forget. More old person. Do this before you forget it, silly. So we have, how many humans do we have? We have 1, 2... Any other humans I'm missing? I don't think so. So... Unit on the box. Sure thing. Yeah, East, I'll get to the record, etc. after this. Well, how many did we pass, Krauser? I remember passing 1. Did we pass other ram-throughs? Maybe we passed more than 1 because there were amazing first pick. Yeah, we can cut anticipate. Thanks, good call there. Looking for easy cuts, but also chatting with chat. I think we want to keep the migration path, especially with the Genesis Ultimatum. I want to keep the big end because of the Genesis Ultimatum too. I don't think we can play 60, and I don't think it's worth it. No. Like, I mean, this is the rest. We would have to go. We would need too many. Yeah, sorry, I missed the deck building switch. There you go. Yeah, Stampede. Well, let's see. Let's look. Well, no, it's 20 creatures. This is actually a Stampede deck at 20 creatures. Don't worry about the lands. Lands are last, everybody. Lands are last. Let's figure out what spells we're playing, and then we'll adjust the lands as the last thing. I really like it. I really like a 1 Terran in a deck with mutate. The hexproof is very real. Yeah, Giraffolid is a much better cut. Good call. We also could go to 16 land, given potentially we have, let's see, land help comes in the form of Farfinder, Go for Blood as a cheap cycle, Migration Path as a cheap cycle / land finder, Great Horn, Parcel Beast, cheap cycle. Well, I guess all cycle is cheap. So this is the kind of stuff we're doing to support our mana without being lands. So I'm just thinking, you know, oh, and Naturalist. Naturalist goes in that pile, right? 3 Brushwags is a lot, right? We should cut a wag. I think the call for a wag cut makes sense. Now with 18, Lead the Stampede is... I don't like the variance of this card, but I think we can gamble here. And then maybe we do cut 1 land. I think with all of this, we're going to be fine on our mana. This is a lot of stuff helping us towards finding our lands on time. I think we can afford 1. But it's kind of either cut the lead and keep 17, I think, or cut a land and keep the lead. let's try 16. Keep this. And what's this? Oh, well, here we are with the do we play the Bonders Enclave. This makes me want to play 17 and have this be yeah, actually with the Enclave I think I've changed my mind. I think we cut lead or ambush and treat this as our final spell, and this is our 16 lands. Are there enough 4-power creatures? Well, we don't need that. You just need the 1. And once you have the 1 going, then you're good. Essence Symbiote is going to create some 4-power creatures out of 3-powered creatures, you know? And once you get down a Strix or a Nomad or this big boy or the Honey Mammoth, then you are doing it. And it's only costing you a land slot, so I want to try it. All right, I think final choice is about, I'm going to cut ambush or lead the Stampede, and I'm going to put it to your vote. We're at 41 cards. We need to cut. This is about cut. So I'm going to put, what are we cutting? And then it's going to be poll. Give you 30 seconds on ambush or lead on what we are cutting. What are we cutting? Fluffy says I didn't clarify what was being polled. Fluffy, you're not paying attention. I only clarified it about 7 times verbally before I started the poll, and then I typed above my poll, what are we cutting? So don't know what else I can do. So I do, as I was thinking while being away for a moment, I wonder if I'm overplaying the Bonders Enclave. I do worry that we're going to flood out a bit at 17 land. I guess I have to remember that Enclave is like not really a land, but yeah, don't worry about it. It's not that big a choice anyway. We're not going to sweat it. We'll keep that in mind. So if we draw lead the Stampede, we can ask ourselves whether we think it should have been an ambush and get some data points. But yeah, it does help mitigate flood. So we'll run it. Let's try this. What are we going to name this? I got to adjust land first, though. Did anybody choose lands? Yeah, we don't need backwater. We want everything else. Mana looks great. And what was it? Nyx lands. Okay. All right. Probably too many mountains. But probably want more than just the one. So we have hard cast, Porky Parrot. We can Porky Parrot's the only thing that requires red to be useful. Or Genesis Ultimatum, I guess, requires red to be useful. So yeah, with Genesis Ultimatum, 2 mountains, Swiftwater, Rugged, and Triome. 5 lands that produce red, plus Farfinder and Migration Path. And critically, with 2 in here, Migration Path can get both mountains if that's what we need for Genesis. Bath Dant, I feel you. Bath Dant. I tried to get Discord, but I have no idea how it works. I've been on Discord for over 2 years now, and I have no idea how it works. Yeah, land situation looks good, right? And I think that's about where we're at. 6, 7, 8, 9 green, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue. I think that is correct because we need the 9 green so that things like migration path and Farfinder is just for everything, but migration path and our Great Horn. We need more green sources so that these can help us splash our other ones. Oh yeah, right. We got a Rugged Highlands and a Thornwood Falls like within the last 5 picks of the draft. It was so great. Yeah, Naturalist, good call. All right, what are we calling this deck? And have I missed anything? I got the box. Anybody claim sleeves? If you claim sleeves, speak now or forever hold. And I'm gonna go done, get everything reset here. I don't want to put Teamer in the name, too spoilery for YouTube. Let's go with, we have 2 baby Godzillas. What is this thing called? It's Ruin, Polywog. We have a lot of symbiotes. Isn't Venom from Spider-Man a symbiote? So you can make a Venom joke. Let's make a Venom joke. Teamer Mutate Ninja Turtles is very good, but again, a little too spoilery. Venomous. Sure, Venom Reborn. Good enough. Let's play. TMNT would be good too. I'll save that for another Mutate deck. All right, updating record. We are 0-0. And we are Premier here. Blah. All that good mana and nothing to cast here. And we've got stuff that's pretty far away. I think we have to send it back. All right, this looks good. We're gonna keep and ditch this Gopher Blood and just head towards Ultimatum. Obviously, Naturalist can't cast the Ultimatum, but we'll keep the turn 2 Naturalist in hopes that we can find something good to do with it. That's pretty good too, idiot. A James Bond joke for the Bonder. You're late, Brushwag. Let's drop the Naturalist. Though, yeah, we'll drop Naturalist. It can block the bug. And I will block the bug if they want to spend resources to kill it. That's fine. Although if we don't draw green, we won't be able to 2-spell next turn. Now we drew green anyway. So I'll play this so we can 2-spell and leave our Naturalist up. Vargan needs an affiliate link. Well, it's right there in the panels down below, and Hat has got you covered too. So island, migration path. Get 2 more islands. Ideally, we find... Ooh, perfect, actually. Perfect. These enter tapped. Yeah, they enter tapped. Let's see. So we can't do this. Since we can't... Like, we would have to get lucky to Genesis Ultimatum next turn, since we need... oh, yeah, thank you. Since we need both 2 blue and 1 red, we need both the 2 from the Migration Path and the 1 from the Great Horn to be certain. So, may as well mutate the Great Horn now and Migration Path next turn, because then we can actually do some attacking. And got to do this right. Let's get Mountain. I don't mind Oppo chumping this early. Might be dead. Yeah. That's all right. It did its job. Ooh, we got Farfinder too. Let's see. Well, Migration Path is what guarantees us. Let's see, we get 1, 2, 3. We could far find, but then we don't play the land. So yeah, we're Migrationing Path. Oh, oops. Turns out not to matter. But yeah, it was a distraction mistake. Well, it was never going to punish us that much. We already had the tools in hand to get everything we needed, and nothing was going to allow us. I guess we could have gotten lucky and hard cast it that turn, but I think we needed too much to go right. I don't think I ever said ultimatums don't ever work. Maybe somebody did. I'm gonna go for it, though. They're all permanents, so we're gonna put them all out. Oh, someone in chat? I see. We'll go Farfinder here. Five hits is nice, but I'd rather just have draw some spells, you know? Ah, yes. Cardboard Live did get shut down. Thank you for the reminder there, too. What would I do without you all? Oh, that's true. We have looters. I just am playing unconsciously. It's where I make my most mistakes, you know? Autopiloting through stuff like this. We'll hold this land, though. Because you have to... I don't know if you've read Yorion, but turns out that's a real tough deck building restriction. And we'll draw off the Enclave now. Oh, sorry, it's 3, not 4. There we go. Hello. Apparently I should have drawn my card before combat. Shall I don't want to compound the mistake. I'm gonna... except I also don't want to expose this to sorcery speed removal. I don't want it to be removed from our hand, but because this effectively has haste, we're going to hold it, because there's no sense in exposing it to sorcery speed removal, and we'll mutate next turn. But we can throw out Baby Godzilla, or maybe we even hold Godzilla for more... we loot away for more looting? We could look at what 60 would look like if you guys want to see that experiment. I just don't even think we have, literally, I don't think we have the playables for it. What do you think on definitely holding King of the Cosmos, but I'm debating playing Godzilla. I think yeah, I'm gonna play it. I'm playing it because we have the Enclave. I think that's a good point. Like, we're gonna be drawing a lot of extra cards, so being able to loot twice away our extra lands is fine. But if they have memory leak, playing Godzilla or not doesn't matter. I think it's more likely that they have and play good removal than that they have and play the discard spell. Uh-huh. Wow. So, Oppo, why not? Why not? That's all right. We got a pretty good answer here. We can get flying with the Sandworm, but I think we should just put it on the Farfinder and make 2 big beasties. And then... sadly, like, what... So the Curdle, how did that work? What that Blood Curdle, what... Is that what they discarded? How did that work? I think so. Huh. Okay, Curdle was just revealed. I just was making sure I didn't need to play around Curdle or something. Okay. Yeah, I'm quite happy to have 2 babies out right now. Well, it would lose haste. We wouldn't be able to attack with it, but we could break this up, recast a Farfinder, and have them separate. I guess it's not even worth it. I'd rather have the haste. So I'm going to submit 0. Just had to think about it for a sec, though. We're going to send our flyer at the Planeswalker and our 7/7 at their face and offer to trade 7s if they want. Oh yeah, we can ram their worm. Sorry, I barely even saw we did that. I'm going to hold control here so we can do it at instant speed during attacks. In fact, that makes me want to attack with everything. And ramming speed. Oops. Target creature we control. Okay, when it didn't do it automatically, I was worried I had screwed it up, but that's not how it works. It's just because it's full control. I think we're in a solid board spot. Solid board position here. We might be okay. Huh? Maybe only might? Lifelink's big game, but we got enough flying that this, unfortunately for us, doesn't even matter. No reach, right? Well, our deck worked for once. All right. Yeah, if that had been back for more, maybe it would have been closer. They could have backed for more at our big 6/6 flyer. A new Esper deck? What's new about it? Is it Yorion based? Yeah, they still would have been in bad shape developer. That's why I was feeling pretty good about our spot for sure. All right, we have the question: Brushwag into Parcel Beast. Do we care? Do we want it? Might depend on what lands they play, but generally I like to play Parcel Beast on 3 when you get the activation for sure. But if they don't have anything that could remove it, then yeah, like pacifism doesn't get it done. Like, how are we punished? What is the punishment axis for mutating this beast right now? They, for 2 mana, they play a swamp and they Heartless act it, right? Like, I think the chances of us being punished are pretty low. Bouncing is fine, right? And pacifism is fine, so we do it. Subdual, yeah. Subdual is a good call. We could be risking a subdual. There will be blood. I'm going to do this now. Nice. Probably gonna cycle the Gopher Blood unless they play something we want to ram through. This mutates for 6, so we're pretty far off from mutating this. Also, we don't really have a thing we want to mutate it onto yet. I'm not going to put it on the Parcel Beast. You're right, Lazy. That's why we're playing it. This is an excellent removal spell if you have the right setup, but given that we don't have a plan for the next few turns, I'm going to cycle it. If we had a clear plan, like if this Honey Mammoth were something we wanted to play on 4 to then mutate on or whatever, I could hold this tight. But since we actually don't have a very good plan besides activate Parcel Beast for the next turn or two, I think we should, and we can't even cast this, we need to cycle it. Alright, so we'll drop... Well, I should not be hasty, although at this point now I want Parcel Beast on D, so I'm going to just play this Highlands and pass. Yes, we had a deck called Gopher Blood at one point, idiot. Idiot! Pig boy. Sometimes you read your viewer's name and it sounds like you're mean. I've said I want Parcel Beast on defense. I don't know if I'd actually block this Serval. Hey, look, I said Serval on the first try. Clearly my day. I don't know about my day anymore. I think I block here, though. Not many cards they have punish us for a block if they attack. Anybody not blocking here? What are we worried about? There are some white combat tricks or whatever, but this feels so much... yeah, and also we have the Ram fallback, so... ooh, if it's Arrow, though, we just straight lose it. I don't think we can block because of the Arrow. Thanks for the good call on Arrow. We're going to take 3. If all of the removal we could come up with allowed us to ram through to at least make it a trade, then I would do it. But the fact that Arrow just blows us out is something we got to play around. Yeah, those are the things, I'm not willing to play around that stuff, East, the white give vigilance damage stuff, but the Arrow is just the killer. Now Another wag. Farfinder, not bad, because that's exactly what I want to like mutate this onto next turn. So we're going to go Farfinder, wag, activate Parcel Beast as our turn here. Gonna get our third blue source because our ultimatum we need third blue source or second red. Maybe second red is actually correct because we're likely to draw our third blue. Yeah, East is on it. If we can untap to resolve this mutating on Farfinder, I think we're in amazing shape. Woof. Well, we got one of those too. Let's see if we can find it. Fool, I think Arrow has proven itself to be fine. I think it's a well-balanced card. You have it requires a lot of setup and you can really play around it. So I think it's perfectly appropriate. 4 damage, 2 mana, attacker block. Yeah, find a land, find a land, find a land. Land? Wow, that's a lot of stuff there. But we get to play this and maybe eventually ram it through. Yeah, we could also just pump and ram if we want to do that. Might be worth it. Oh yeah, ram costs 4. No, flyers only, right? Flying. And this didn't get flying. Sorry, we'll just do this and take this damage. I think it's worth it. I think we should take the turn, take the moment here with shields down to kill this thing, and then we should really be able to waltz in with Jorda barring counter magic next turn. Do we have Apex Ram through? I don't think we have the mana for that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could just hard cast it and ram through it, but I want to get our mutate value out of this. Oh, I was going to pump Parcel Beast and ram. Oh, that's not enough. Darn it. Sorry. I thought this... I was thinking... You know how my mentality was... When you pump a Brushwag, it's 4-4, right? So I was thinking, okay, so we get 4 from the pump and then 2 from the baseline, but you only get 3 from the pump. So... Darn it. I still think we're going to do it. I think if we just... I think if we ram through the Star X, we're going to be really happy here. So... Let's kill the important thing to kill. Hopefully we untap with this, but I think if we don't, we'll be happy we made that call. It's just, we have Parcel Beast to reload, we have Lead the Stampede to reload, we have a Mammoth waiting, so even if we lose our Mythic, we have great angles to still attack this game. But, yeah, so that kind of sucks, but I'm totally okay with it. We understood that was one of the risks, and we kind of made... Ooh, we had... Dang it! Mothra. Just when you think you're doing all right. Just when you think you're doing all right. Well, let's see. I'm going to start on Parcel... No, let's start on Lead, right? Only 2, but that's kind of my floor of happiness. Like, okay, we got a divination. And Parrot can already start pinging for 2 and take out the Bonder. We can play a land and also still be able to... But we can't We can't do both parcel beast things. And we're pretty far off from this, from being able to shoot this down. Could send in the WAG. And it won't get blocked at least. So let's start there. If they want to put the Mentor on it, we'll take a turn off to oh, if they want to trade the Mentor and make it flying, I'll do it. I didn't think they would, but maybe they want to. And now we'll... Do we need this on D? Yeah, I'll just save that. If you think that was a obviously incorrect line to offer, you can call it a punt. But it was a conscious decision. Yeah, maybe you don't like the line, but it was at least a conscious decision. So now this is interesting because they're somewhat offering the Parcel Beast for the Farfinder. And I think they're just offering that because then it starts flying. So maybe that's fine. I know we paid, but also that was going to happen eventually. It's kind of like I was forcing that action, I suppose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the air. That's the real problem right now. So yeah, we just try and bounce here. And I think we're gonna need to Porcupare just to get us out of lethal if we somehow find flying defense as well. I guess we need to Mammoth for some life. That probably does it. Now we can't really pair it. I mean, okay, well now we can... Do we have any flying left, though? And what we need is flying or reach, and I don't think even mutating Starix looking for something is going to get that done. We could... So we have to then Honey Mammoth. I think this one is lost. I thought we were totally going to get it done, but too many bombs from Oppo. We cycled Go for Blood, remember? I guess I Starix on Farfinder, hoping I'm forgetting about a flyer we have. Nah. All right. Yeah, Terran was, I think, our out. I think you're right. It wouldn't have saved us. At that point, even if we mutate the Great Horn and find the one flyer, we still die. There's too much on the crackback. Oh, here. I keep forgetting.
Is this a dead man, Doctor? Very dead, Mr. Spock.
I did all that work to randomize my death sound, and then I keep forgetting to play it. Certainly no shortage of opportunities to play a You're Dead sound in the last few days. Alright, no blue yet, but with Farfinder and the WAG, we're going to keep this. Any land gets us a Farfinder on 3 to unlock the blue, to unlock the rest of the hand. Yeah, Mammoth would have given us another turn, Norbert, but not in any way that set us up to win that following turn. All you're doing by playing Mammoth there on... maybe there's no line that does anything for us. We might have just been straight dead. The time-traveling supercomputer might have been like, no, you don't have outs, guys. There's nothing you can do over 2 turns to win. Well, WAG is, like, probably the worst draw in our deck at that point, but there you go. We do Artemis. You can use our calculator. Oh, Hat beat me to it. There's some instructions on the limited event EV calculator there. But you gotta make a copy of it. You can't edit mine. You got to make your own copy and then edit the copy. Cycling. Oh, it's Draco. Hey, Draco. I just noticed it's regular viewer Draco. Oh, I see. That's Draco. Even acknowledged that. Sure, easy for Draco to beat us when we can't find any third land in our deck by turn 3. Well, it's a land, but not one that's gonna stop me from allowing Draco to draw a card. Blah. Wow. So, yeah, just had to give him a card. I mean, it's awful, but it's where we are. All right, Farfinder, Playland, or Parcel Beast Mutate. I think we Parcel Beast Mutate and look for that. Look for land that way. Weird that they... Why would you tap 3 different colors, including red, over my mountain? Sometimes auto tap just... I don't understand it at all. Oh, because it had to. Never mind. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it all becomes clear. Thank you, East. You know we don't RTFC around here. Hey, you will acknowledge that it is certainly in the range of the auto tapper to be that bizarre, right? I'm not crazy to instinctively think the auto tapper has screwed me. I didn't double block the otter because A, we could have been wildly blown out, like wildly blown out as a 2-for-1. That's pretty wild, but it's wildly blown out because if we lose our mutate target, we couldn't do the Parcel Beast play. I really wanted to get this Parcel Beast out. I wonder what Draco's thinking about here. Maybe it's to cycle or not to cycle? I mean, we're going to be facing 8/8s soon here that we can't really deal with. Like, we don't have bounce in this blue deck, so... Yeah, I mean... Well, he didn't have loot, because this was summoning sick at the end of last turn. Basically, our hope at this point is that we get our mythic flying and killing before we lose to 8/8s on the ground. I just want land. I want to ramp here. Well, that's one of the things we needed to try and win this game. So, if not land, I suppose that's not bad. We can do Farfinder, guarantee a land, and then Parcel Beast to maybe get another. Let's guarantee the land. And we have 2 red now, so I'm going to get blue to focus on the ultimatum mana. We passed a Seize at one point. Not really a Seize deck here, but I'm really loving this card as a great, frankly, inevitability card for blue decks that are just going to draw a lot of cards. Man, are creatures just traps? I feel like I keep heading towards creatures and then losing because I don't have removal and my opponents do. But you hear me, True? I mean, I keep heading towards... Every time I head towards awesome creature strategies, I just get wrecked. Well... I'm gonna offer... The thing is, if we let this live, then 8/8s become unblockable, and then we really just lose. So, we gotta try. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of backing up what we were talking about yesterday, right, East? I've seen a lot of games end because of these just 8/8s. Enclave is not at all helpful in casting an ultimatum, so if we play this, we put ourselves off of ultimatum by a turn. Might have to do that anyway. Struggling with land. If we play this, we get 5 mana. We can just hard cast a Starix or hard cast. We could hard cast our Mythic and try to mutate onto it. What else can we do? We have Humble Naturalist plus Activate plus Baby Godzilla. Why don't we do that? I'm just gonna go Naturalist, Baby Godzilla, and then Parcel Beast activation. And then next turn, I really just want to keep Godzilla or a Farfinder for and hopefully this allows us to do some stuff next turn. Might take one smack from the 8/8 even. Possibility of, let's see, if we draw a land off the Parcel Beast, what are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus maybe even an 8th land off of a land draw. And with 8 land with a mutate discount, we could, well, you could hard cast both of these. Anyway, some stuff we can do. Not sure how I'm blocking yet. I guess I'll wait till Draco attacks and we'll figure it out. Kind of just want to take a smack from the 8/8, but maybe I just have to figure, because what I want, what I want is to mutate onto the Farfinder because the vigilance is so nice. Oh, I'm sorry, I was distracted. I was distracted by us losing. I guess we gotta save the goat. I save this to kill this. Yeah, thanks, Draco. Appreciate the smash down pairing. God damn it. I disagree, True. If you think that was going to be an easy game if we hit our lands, I mean, maybe we ultimatum. Nothing was going to make that an easy game.
Stench.
I'm trying to find a place for the Enclave. The thing that puts me off the Enclave actually after that game is the non-bow with the ultimatum. Screw you, Draco. I mean, good game. Sorry that came out wrong. I just mispronounced it. Why is it a non-bow? Because you literally cannot use this in any way to create mana for this. So, if you want to, like, playing this before casting an ultimatum means you're taking an extra mana to cast your ultimatum. Scroll up and... what? Scroll up in the deck builder, watch the alt arts. Uh, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, not randomly. Draco is like, I want Ryan to keep losing, so I'm going to try to time my pairing so I get paired up with Ryan with my busted deck because he hasn't had a bad enough week. I'm going to crush him with my nonsense. I'm kidding, by the way. Awesome that Draco paired against me and anybody can come at me. It's all good. You're not playing this ultimatum in this deck? I mean, I get not playing the Enclave, and I agree with you in taking it out. But if you're not playing Genesis Ultimatum in this deck, you're the one doing it wrong, Media. What? Look, our mana is insane, and this says draw 5, and play any of the permanents you find in them. How are you not playing this in a deck with my... I mean, I don't know, Media. I respect you incredibly, but I have no idea why you'd say this is not a Genesis deck. Yeah, but this is the deck for it. This is the deck for it. We're ramping. We're ramping. We have incredible fixing. This is absolutely the deck for a Genesis Ultimatum. But you're totally right. We should cut the Enclave, so I'm cutting it. What are we bringing back in? How about we could just bring in a basic another land. We could bring in back the Ambush that was our final cut. Well, we're not relying on Enclave for mana. It is like we played it on the idea that, hey, this isn't even really a mana for us. This is a spell. But the point is, you can't deploy that spell in your first 7 turns without impacting your ability to play the ultimatum. Yeah, but we can cycle this, and if we get in a spot where we have land and the Enclave, and then we have to just wait. Anyway, it's too much of a non-bow. No, I don't think we need more lands. That's being results oriented to assume that we did the math. We looked at it out. Like, we have the mana. We're just not getting there. We just haven't been lucky. Haven't been average in our draws, and that's okay, but it's not a reason to add more land. But I am going to cut the Enclave. If you want Anticipate over Ambush, well, Ambush as a hard cast really does matter. We need to interact and stuff. And if I actually remember to cast it as an instant on my opponent's turn instead of in my main phase, it could actually be good. So we're going to try it. Well, not the land distribution we wanted to see, but we have Symbiote into lead, and then any land gets us double fixing. So I'm going to keep... Although one of these forests is just as bad as an Enclave in terms of casting ultimatum, so I acknowledge that. But I can't throw this back. We should probably Yorion it. I did say we could look at what it looks like to have a Yorion companion, but I think you're going to find that we just don't have the cards. We have to play a bunch of crap and probably a 4th color. All right, well, here is what would have been an Anticipate. Instead, it's an Ambush, so you Anticipators have that to think about. This also could have been our Enclave, right? But I'm happy with what it is there. I mean, the 2020 enchantment is not even the problem with playing Yorion as companion. That would be one of our good options as we cruise towards 60. All right, we're finding a variety of lands. This is always tough to beat, and we don't really have any enchantment destruction tools in our deck. If we play the Triome as a land here, we can't do the lead, and we do get a migration path with 2 lands untapped in hand. And that will allow us to even mutate the king here on 5. So let's just take a turn to lead. Well, also, if we hit heavily on lead, we actually have to discard. So maybe I do just play the Triome here because I don't want to lead yet. I think we end up discarding too much. Or maybe that's it. Maybe that's good. Like if we go, let me think it. Oh, I'm at 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -5. We'd have to draw 3. I'll risk it. If we draw, if we get lucky and draw 3, I'll just discard a forest anyway, and that's okay. Although we didn't, so now if we discard, now I guess we can discard the Triome, or we just discard the ambush. I just discard the ambush. So there you go. That's what we did with it. We we ended up discarding our 40th card. Here I want Migration Path, I think, since this seems to be holding them back. Although they're going to tap this down. Let's go to attacks first and at least make him do that. And then we'll figure out what to do. I think we just want to ramp heavily, although you can make an argument for Triome and get Godzilla down, because then we do get to mutate this. Yeah, I'm going to go Triome. I don't think we need to ramp here. Yeah, because we can just go. The trouble with Godzilla is if we don't draw an untapped land, we can't mutate this next turn. So I think we do need to. I'm gonna play the Triome, and I'm gonna play Baby Godzilla. Oh yeah, we do need, but we can hard cast if we have to as well. We can also mutate the Starix if we can't mutate this. All right, can we have some things go right, please? Discarding land. Go for it, Nan. Well, we couldn't mutate Illuna, right? So that's why I did that. Oh, sorry, we could have. Yeah, it does have blue. I was thinking we were short blue, but that's why we played the Triome. I guess I'm just off my game again. Are we racing? I think we have to, right? Yeah, Mammoth is going to give us a lot of life back. That'll be nice. Farfinder is interesting. We could just mutate onto the Starix, and then we get double activation on Starix and 1 on the King here. Kind of like that. So a bit eggs in basket. But we have stuff to go wide with, too. All right, let's just get greedy. Do we need another Godzilla? Probably not. We can discard that and focus on the other things here. Now that's something. We're absolutely going to split up our mutant now. One more win for us at least. That's Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult. That is the live version from Some Enchanted Evening, which is, in my opinion, far superior to the studio version. Don't fear the cowbell. None of our awesome green, but if we find it, we're in good shape. If we don't find it, are we in that? We are also on the draw. We have, what, 9 sources of green? 9 shots in even 3 draws. If we find any green in our first 3 turns, I think we're going to be happy with where we're at. If it doesn't come, like, we just lose the event, like we could just bomb out of the event due to lack of green. I think we can keep this. There's some risk, but every hand needs some help from the draw to be able to do anything. So we'll start with an island. If we do find a forest off the top, we want to be able to drop Keenan here. Keenan. All right, now we're gonna cycle the migration path in the effort to find it. No, castable. All right, cool. We found green and we have a castable. Now what do we like? How about parcel? Well, let's see. We might get countered or something here. That would not be awesome. But we could also... Unfortunately, the mountain keeps us from being able to threaten both Parcel Beast and Kinnan. I'm gonna try the Parcel Beast, or I could try the... I guess we could also try the Parrot. That would be interesting. Yeah, we could do that. Want to do that? Let's mutate the Parrot. I think that's interesting. I think that's fine. Then if they counter the Porky Parrot, all right, you got us. Hey, we found land. I'm going to just ditch the lead. We have other things here to draw cards with. And could Parcel Beast even and turn this into a... we could put the Parcel Beast here and just kill their Fertilid. Although we can already do that. All right, I'm just going to go... Because if they activate the Fertilid, we can ping for the other point. So we'll just do this. No, they can activate, right? I mean, they wouldn't have been able to cast it if they didn't have green. And maybe I'm supposed to go aggro, but I'm going to hold up the ping. With Godzilla hiding out underneath the Porky Parrot, we do get to mutate Starix right now if we want. But the ram through suggests we should maybe just Parcel Beast ram through. If we mutate, we get 2 ping. I like mutate Parcel Beast. I like having the Porky Parrot on ping twice. I think that's probably worth it. We do get a loot out of it. We could hard cast though. Trouble is we can't hard cast it and ram through. Yeah, we could still just we could also just do the Starix and then worry about the Dancer next turn. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, let's get the Starix on. It's a little eggs in one baskety, but only after we do some serious drawing. I'm gonna have to ditch this Go for Blood here. Oh right, I forgot because it was cheapened by the. I was thinking that the Godzilla only cheapened the mutate cost, not the creature itself. I still like this play. We are definitely eggy basket here, but we already got our payback from it, so. And this is gonna be 2, so we go to face. Yeah, East wanted to go extra value the turn after. We went with immediate. Somewhat of an hourglass thing. I know there are lines that I'm not considering fully, but between streaming and hourglasses and stuff, I gotta come up with a line and do it, you know? And I don't regret that choice. I'm gonna hold the Triome, though, because we may want to loot it. So let's start by Parcel Beast on baby Godzilla. And yeah, we'll loot away land here. I'm not worried. I know the Triome gets us to the Sandworm faster or whatever. I'm just generally not that concerned. I like, oh, sorry, I should have, man, I'm off my game. Now I wish I had mutated this onto the Brushwag. But I'm still gonna do it. Oh, I did want to activate Parcel Beast. I think that's what I was thinking. That I wanted 1 mana for this, and I kind of do. So I'm gonna attack. And we'll save Ram through and Parcel Beast here. Oh yeah, right. I keep forgetting my my cheap cost, right? Sorry, we'll do that. Man, I can even get it for 1, right? Don't we have 2? Do we have 2 Godzillas? No, we lost. 1 was the Porky Parrot. Boy, this is bad news. Bad news for me in the viewer chat event coming up if I can't get a handle on my reality here. But we'll put it on the Brushwag. And Do we want to hold the sandworm for eventual casting, or just... I think we just get rid of it here and play a tempo game. And let's see, we need... we have red. We actually kind of need blue for ultimatum mana more, so I'll take that. Yeah, that's true. We're gonna go to 6 lands. Maybe I should have kept it. I like Link's ram through next turn though. Speaking of ram through, well, now we don't get to ram through, but I'm gonna take a look here. All right, I'm gonna save this for discarding, and although no, I'm gonna play it because we do have Prodigy. We want to start activating this, right? So for now, we will Frost Links.
All right, everyone, chill.
Play this. Keep up Parcel. And then Wag with Ram through our Parcel activation ready. They may go for a mutate to kill Bonder here, but we can ram through in response to at least save the Bonder. Which I think we have to do. Bonders are kind of a new game plan here. Let's see where they throw this. We don't have 3 power yet, so if they put it there, we're just gonna have to... Okay, they're gonna go there with it. I'm gonna activate as opposed to ram through. We'll worry about ramming speeds later. Could cycle this. Could actually use it to just tap down, hard cast this, and it's pretty good in this spot. So I think we'll keep that and use it to attack here. And we can activate the the Prodigy. Yeah, we could pump and ram if we were really worried about this, but it doesn't even have lifelink. Like, I think we just keep racing. So I'm gonna go cast Ambush intentionally on my main phase, not accidentally. I'm gonna tap the Mentor and the Grim Dancer. They can obviously chump away with the Mamba if they want. In fact, I'm gonna offer the Brushwag. They can take the Brushwag if they want, but I am going to leave Parcel Beast back. I continue to want to get Parcel Beast value there. If I play the Forest, we get guaranteed Parcel Beast activation and ram through, so I'm going to do it even though with Polywog we want to keep loot fodder, but in this case I want to be sure that we get both things available. Because we can potentially... We are threatening lethal with a Brushwag pump. And now we're going to do it because... Well, let's see. I guess start with... No, don't want to do that. We'll ram through... We could let it happen, but the trouble is then ram through doesn't kill the Cavern Whisperer, so let's just kill the Mamba. All right, now... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, wait, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if they block a 2 and we pump, they're dead. So it's a forced block on the Brushwag. So we get to attack with everything and force the Brushwag block. And double pump might just close it out. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can't do triple pump, but double pump is lethal, right? Yeah, I think we got lethal. Alright, they did the math and found lethal also. We win! Alright, some stumbles, some suboptimal play from my aging, addled brain, but we did come up with a win, and we did get ourselves to the nice 3-win plateau. Big jump from 2 to 3, you know, going from the 250 gems to the 1,000 gems is a massive leap in recouping our investment here. How about the next win is also a big leap. Win number 3, probably the most important, but win number 4, also one of the better feeling ones, because then you feel like you basically got your money back. On the play, I don't love this, but I don't know how we ship it, right? Are you gonna, like, it has our mythic, we have a turn 1 play, with any land, we can at least mutate onto the WAG on 3. It does kind of do a, sets us up potentially for a blowout, but we do have Lead the Stampede also to find creatures to help us recover. I'm going to keep on the strength of Brushwag plus any land equals high risk 3/4 on turn 3, so we'll give it a try. But this isn't greedy. This is just mathy. I mean, of course things can go wrong, but yes, the math checks out. Again, one of the possible results, but the math checked out. If they want to use arrow here, that's cool. We got Farfinder coming.
Point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed is good.
Greed is good, he says, drawing the Genesis Ultimatum with 2 lands. Yeah, but I'm not you, Krauser. Are you saying you're bringing your bad luck to me here? Man, Krauser, I wish that your joking, you see, wasn't actually how many people actually think of these things. Yeah, anybody who wants to say I told you so about this needs to explain what they're telling me. Because all this tells us is we did the right thing. It's after our first meme. This is the first meme I ever made for the channel. My son made it for me, actually. Here you go.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
way too late, and I guess that's how it ends. That's magic for you. I'm way more upset with myself for all of the small to medium punts I made last game than here. Yeah, we're not dead. I guess we'll play it and not be dead, but we're dead. Come on, we're dead. Also, they're gonna just mutate anyway, and then we are just literally dead. Ready? Here it comes. I do them mostly, but I just think we're dead. I don't think this matters. Like... Yeah, you want to check in on the bots? See how they're doing?
She's dead, Jim.
Well, once again, I liked my deck better than the result, but it's hard to complain about a 3-3 result, frankly. We broke even on wins, and in the ranked queues where you're playing against better and better competition, as your rank goes up, it's going to be tough to get these wins, and I liked the deck. We had some issues that cost us, but that's Magic, so, you know, sometimes we're going to get those wins, sometimes we're not. But we're going to call this one a draft and thank our YouTube friends for hanging out for it. Let's claim the prize. Maybe we are at... I don't think we're at pack opening yet, though. Yeah, we're only halfway. So I'm going to thank YouTube friends for hanging out for that one. We're going to do a bot draft, just the draft portion, maybe a game or two to see how the bots are doing after the new update. And then we're going to do a streamer versus chat event that we do every Friday, the chat gauntlet. So on YouTube, look out for those. I'm not sure I'm going to post the bot draft. We'll see. Definitely going to post the draft against viewers, though, so look for that tomorrow, YouTube friends.